My dear friends, greetings to all of you. How are you? How is life going on amidst this COVID 19 pandemic situation? So, in this particular period of life, all of us are experiencing some sort of depression. The way we experience differ from person to person, and the intensity of this depression depends upon the level of situation which we are facing it. But everybody in this world is experiencing depression in one or other way, because we are all mind dominated people. When mind dominates something more in a particular situation than our intellect, then if it goes in a very negative direction, then we feel depressed. Not only the common people who are facing depression due to financial problem or something else, no. Even the richest people, the achievers or the celebrities, they are also facing this depression in some form at some time in their lives. Even when we take Mahabharatam, the reputed warrior, everybody knows, the Pandava prince Arjuna, he himself was experiencing this depression when he started fighting against Bhishma or the Gaurava. Though the Krishna said so much about the importance of this war, it is against only adharma, but still Arjuna was in a state of depression. Therefore, everybody is facing this sort of depression, especially at this particular situation which we are facing it now. But the good news is that all of the persons ultimately emerged as a whole. Yes, if we are able to respond this depression in a positive way, we can come out as a very good whole personality. At times, many of us may suffer from emotional angst, but whether one comes out of it unscathed depends entirely on how we respond to the situation. This is very important, my dear friends. Let us have a closer look at the dynamics of depression, how it arises, what is the cause for it. The study of these dynamics of depression will help us improve our ability to respond in positive ways. Depression at the deeper level could be an outcome of conflict between mind and intellect, the critical constructs of our subtle personality. So we are all, our physical personality is constructed with these two important factors, intellect and mind. Which one dominates based on which situation decides whether depression is positive or negative. The mind is the epicenter of all our emotions, sentiments and feelings, and tend to indulge in sensory perception, whereas the intellect bestows upon us the power to think, reflect, and discriminate. The mind is subjective, impulsive, restless, and vacillating. On the contrary, the intellect is all about logic, rational, objectivity, and self-control. Therefore, in a balanced personality, intellect rules, while in an emotional personality, the mind rules. In the ensuing tug of war, when the mind overpowers the intellect, it runs riot, often leading to depression. As it is popularly said, men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own mind. நம்மளுடைய மனதிற்கு தாங்க நாமெல்லாம் அடிமைகள். நம்ம விதிக்கோ இல்லை நம்ம கெட்ட நேரத்துக்கும் நாம் அடிமைகள் கிடையாது, சிறை கைதிகள் கிடையாது. ஸோ நம்மளுடைய மனதை நம்ம கரெக்டாக பார்த்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா depression will not come. The relationship issues could also contribute to that low feeling which, if left unresolved, could escalate to depression. We may not be adequately equipped to handle emotional aspects that could spiral out of control. Emotions originate in the mind, and maturity lies in handling one's own emotions first before dealing with emotions of others. Empathetic listening is extremely important in such a situation to resolve conflicts and misunderstanding. The problem is that we rarely receive any training in this area before something happens. Generally, those who experience depression tend to respond in either of two ways. What are those ways? Fight or flight. Those who are vulnerable and fragile and who lack a good support system may resort to flight behavior, worst affected personalities. Hence, they may give up. Those who are stronger and who reach out for help fight the condition and emerge unharmed. How can we enable the intellect to play a predominant role? So both are within us. Intellect is also within us, mind is also within us. Why don't we train our intellect to predominate the mind? This is where the spiritual dimension comes into play. Yes, it is possible, but we must go in a spiritual way. Engaging in spiritual practices like prayer, meditation, listening to discourses, and participating in motivational speeches by the eminent persons help in reducing mental agitation and create serenity of mind, thereby shielding against hasty emotional reactions. These spiritual practices help boost the practitioner emotional quotient and spiritual quotient. Normally, we heard about IQ, intelligent quotient, which talks about intellect, how far we are up against thinking or making any decision based on our brain, which is intelligent quotient. But nowadays, people are assessed by their EQ, emotional quotient. To improve our EQ, we have to improve our SQ, which is spiritual quotient. Therefore, all this could help the seeker to attain the stage of realization and overcome all illusions. Finally, my dear friends, the depression which we are temporarily facing due to some sort of situation or happenings is merely an illusion, because when you go deep into that, our mind dominates. But if you know that your mind dominates, then you start giving training to your intellect through spiritual practices. If intellect dominates the same situation, then the mind will get smoothened, then everything will be all right. Therefore, we must learn to come out from this illusion. இந்த மாதிரி டிப்ரெஷன் அப்படிங்கிற மாயையிலிருந்து நாம் வெளியே வர்றதுக்கு கற்றுக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா கண்டிப்பாக நமது வாழ்க்கையில் என்றென்றும் மகிழ்ச்சியே. வாழ்க வளமுடன், நல்ல எண்ணங்களுடன் வாழ்வோம், நலமுடன் வாழ்வோம், இனிய சொற்களையே பேசுவோம், எப்போதும் இன்புற்றிருப்போம். அன்புடன் சுகுமார்.